Illustrious? Not really, no. Meteoric? No, not even meteoric. Those are not words that I would use to describe where I am in my professional career. But I would definitely go for things like content, contented, at ease, grateful. If you were to ask me how I'd got to that stage in my professional career, I would definitely tell you that I'd achieved that, I believe, through a keen sense of self-awareness. Now, don't get me wrong, I've not always had a great sense of self-awareness. I've probably always sought other people's opinion about things, but never so much that I have done probably in the past 5 to 10 years or so. So let's just have a look at some theory around this whole thing about self-awareness. And a couple of guys in the 50s, in the late 50s, one named Joe, one named Harry. It's called the Johari Window, and it's a theory that was created by a couple of psychologists. And these guys asserted that there were elements of your characteristics and your makeup that fell into 4 areas or 4 windows. So shared would be those elements that are known to self and known to others. So there'll be things about me that all my friends, my relatives, my colleagues, everybody that I work with knows about me and I know about myself, and that would be something like I eat too much. Okay, there you go, I said it. Let's move on. The second quadrant would be things that I know about myself that other people don't know about me. Now, some things happened in my childhood, nothing really bad, but they're just things that I wouldn't ever really choose to talk about. So those are things that, that's the hidden part that's known by myself and not to others. The third section down here, unknown, makes absolutely no sense to me. How can there be things that you don't know about yourself and nobody else knows about yourself, and as soon as you did find out that there was something in there, then it wouldn't be in there anyway? So let's not focus on that. Let's go for this one here, the blind segment. That's the one that's really interesting. So that one is the elements or characteristics that people know about you, but you don't know about yourself. Now, can you imagine? I dread to think 15 or 20 years ago when I worked where I ever worked, were the people that were going, that Mike Ains, does he not realise the impact he's having on people when he says those things or when he takes those actions? Or alternatively, I went on Mike's course, and you guys should get on it because he teaches you some really good stuff. He really does. It's well worth going on one of his courses. So you don't necessarily, those things, people automatically start thinking about all the bad stuff. But it could be negative things, or it could be positive aspects that you just don't know about. And I believe that the people that I've worked with, that I've seen have those meteoric careers and those illustrious careers and rise right to the top, have actually been able to understand these elements about themselves because they've been talking to these people that know about these elements, and they've been able to move them from this blind section into this shared section. And there's a real skill in that. There's a real skill in actually seeking feedback, and there's a real skill in knowing who you should go to seek that feedback, because people can give you, I'd put it into 3 categories. There's people that will just blurt it out. They won't give a damn about your feelings. They will just tell you as it is, as they see it. Now, there's 1 or 2 people in my life that I know would be like that. There's people at the other end of the spectrum that will just dilly-dally around and won't really tell you anything and will just shuffle around and all sorts of things. And then there's people that sit somewhere in the middle that are not going to blurt things out, that are not going to just say things for the sake of saying things, but they're going to say things that will really add meaning to your existence. And there's a skill in finding those people. You need to find those people who can help you to move those characteristics from the blind segment over into this shared segment. That's all I have for you for the moment. Hope you've enjoyed that and catch up with you soon.